Hey guys, talking about authority systems today. There are 5 authority systems that God has mandated on earth. Number 1 is the man, number 2 is the family, number 3 is the church, number 4 is business, and number 5 is government. Now, authority begets responsibility. So one of the biggest traps we can fall into as men is to take responsibility for things we have no authority over. So just to describe those 5 systems, number 1, the man. Proverbs says that a man without discipline is like a city without walls, or a city whose walls have broken down. Now, I'm not a big fan of Jordan Peterson, but he got some things right. The whole clean your room thing is the first block, the first stepping stone to becoming a man of authority. Right? We have to have discipline over our own lives before we can have any authority further on down in the other institutions. Second institution is family, marriage. We have to be all 4 masculine archetypes in our own life, in our own family, on our own property. King, prophet, priest, and settler. Now beyond the family, beyond the walls of the home, we get to specialize into the role that God has made us for. Romans 12 talks about how we are all gifted differently to serve each other. And so we get to find our differing roles in those other 3 institutions. Now, one of the biggest problems in our current society is the lack of the king archetype. In business, they are going for it, right? But in the church and in the government, we have men who are not kings leading us. We have gammas, we have people out of their role, and we have ladies leading us, right? And so what we are seeing right now, this chaos in the world, is a result of having weak men in these 3 in all 5 institutions, but specifically out in the world, these 3 institutions. We are seeing the fruit of weak men in leadership. And so all this chaos is the changeover of seasons, from weak men to strong men. We are not tolerating weak men in our institutions anymore. God is sifting the church. God is sifting the nations. And so just to encourage you kings, is to start branching out from business. I think a lot of times maybe you feel unworthy of going to the church and going into politics, or it's a waste of your time or whatever, but we need the king archetype. You know, if you honor the king, you receive the king's reward. If you honor the prophet, you receive the prophet's reward. If you honor the settler and the priest, you receive their rewards. We are lacking the reward of the king in these institutions. The reward of the king is strong boundaries, discipline, peace, peace amongst men, peace amongst women. All the roles in their flow, cohesion, working together, synergy. That is the reward of the king. So in this changeover time, just to encourage you, is to really find what role God has made you to be outside of your home, and to start really going hard after that. Don't try and be a king if you're not a king. Whatever God has made us to be, whatever gift God has given us to give to the church, to give to business, to give to government, let's go hard after that. And I just want to really encourage you to not take responsibility for things that you have no authority over. One of those things would include when you don't have authority in a government or in a church or in a business. If you don't have authority, it's not your responsibility. All right? The way to gain authority is to increase your status at your role, increase your honor at your role. So focus on your life, focus on your family, focus on your role. Bless you guys.